Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here again, slicing through the noise to get you the core insights on the latest in tech and industry. Today, we are buckling up for, well, an electric ride into the future of luxury compact SUVs. We're looking at the next generation Mercedes-Benz GLB electric. This is the official successor to the EQB.
That's right.
But this isn't just, another car launch. It's really a deep dive into how AI, artificial intelligence, is fundamentally redesigning the compact car interior, like from the ground up.
Exactly. And our mission today really is to dig into the sources and pull out the two huge pillars Mercedes is banking on here. First, there's the new electric-first MMA platform. And second, their very advanced AI systems. They're aiming to use this combination to set a, frankly, staggering new benchmark for personalization, connectivity, and just the overall interior spectacle, not just in compacts, but maybe across the board.
Spectacle is definitely the right word. I mean, the biggest immediate hook, the detail that really stopped me cold when looking through the research, it's the sheer ambition of the cabin. One source we saw suggested this interior could, and I quote, rival Times Square.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, we're talking about a dashboard with three massive integrated screens, like a seamless wall of glass, and a panoramic roof that doesn't just slide open, it can actually change its opacity on demand. But the big question is, can that much tech actually be intuitive? Or is it just overwhelming?
And that potential for being overwhelming, that's exactly what Mercedes seems to be tackling head on with the smart technology. But okay, before we get lost in the AI tricks, we probably need to set the foundation a bit.
Good point.
This GLB electric, it's a true generational shift. It's part of Mercedes-Benz's big strategic move to streamline its compact lineup. And it does officially replace the current EQB, which is being discontinued in the US and Canada after the 2025 model year. So end of an era for the EQB name, at least there.
And that generational shift, it's entirely built on new bones, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about the M&A market architecture. The sources really emphasize this platform was developed specifically with an electric-first philosophy.
Yeah, and this is crucial for you listening to understand because that architecture brings an 800-volt electric standard to this compact class.
Right.
And when you hear 800-volt, you really need to think performance potential and critically dramatically faster charging times. It puts it instantly ahead of, well, most of the 400-volt platforms that are still pretty common out there.
Okay, so radical tech underneath. But externally, Mercedes, maybe wisely, chose to keep what works. The design maintains that recognizable sort of boxy silhouette, that upright stance, which maximizes space, right?
Right.
That's always been the GLB's key differentiator from the sleeker GLA electric. It keeps it feeling like the practical choice.
Definitely keeps the practicality, but the exterior is certainly getting updates to reflect the tech inside. You see it in the front fascia. It now features this pixel matrix grille. The sources say specifically 942 backlit square dots. Wow.
Yeah, and it's surrounded by illuminated contour lighting. They're also using flush, retractable door handles, sort of pulling those design cues from their higher-end models like the S-Class to boost aerodynamics.
So it's still a boxy shape, but one that moves more efficiently through the air.
Precisely.
Okay, let's transition inside then, because this is where the AI really seems to take center stage. The interior reveal was announced, late last year, signaling a genuine digital-first cabin.
Yeah.
And the centerpiece, the thing we really have to talk about, is the MBUX superscreen.
The superscreen is, well, it's huge. In the higher-grade models, it seamlessly integrates a 10.25-inch driver display, a massive 14-inch central touchscreen, and then an optional 14-inch passenger display. So you get this, continuous sheet of glass stretching across the dash.
Okay, I have to pause you there. 3 screens, totaling over 38 inches of digital real estate in a compact SUV.
Yeah.
That just sounds incredibly distracting. Is this just tech for tech's sake, or that's a totally fair question, and it's one Mercedes seems to be addressing directly. Which brings us to the critical software innovation here. It runs the 4th generation MBUX infotainment system, and they've introduced something they're calling a new zero-layer home interface.
Zero layer. Okay, that sounds a bit like marketing jargon.
Yeah.
How does that actually help me, the driver, when I just want to turn on my seat heater?
Well, it's actually pretty simple in concept. The car's AI is designed to constantly learn your habits, where you are, what time it is, your personal routines, things like that.
Okay.
So instead of needing to click through, say, 3 menus to find the seat heater control or navigate home, the AI anticipates that need. It puts the required icon or function right there on the main screen on that top surface layer. No digging required.
Ah.
The idea is to minimize scrolling, minimize cognitive load, basically turn that potential wall of glass into something genuinely intuitive or at least less distracting.
Right? Making the tech work for you, not against you. But here's where it gets, I think, really interesting. The MBUX virtual assistant. It's AI-powered, supported by Google and Microsoft technology, apparently.
Hmm.
And it offers what they call mood-based responses. Wait, mood-based. Like, seriously, if I, like, sigh really hard, it changes the music or something. How sensitive is this?
Huh. Well, maybe not quite that dramatic, but the concept is there. The
Yeah.
AI is designed to process context, your tone of voice, even subtle inputs related to the ambient environment inside the car, and then deliver relevant contextual dialogue. So yeah, if you're stuck in traffic and maybe express some frustration,
Yeah.
the system won't just, blindly follow the next command. It might offer a calming ambient lighting sequence or perhaps suggest a relaxation audio track. It's about tying the AI directly to personalization and maybe even emotional well-being, trying to make the car feel more like a companion.
That deep level of personalization, it extends beyond the screen too, right?
Mm.
We're seeing extensive, customizable ambient lighting options. And that panoramic glass roof you mentioned earlier, it features intelligent opacity control plus optional illuminated star patterns.
Yeah, like in the S-Class Maybach.
Exactly. It's a very visual, very customizable demonstration of AI integration, almost theatrical.
But here's maybe the best part, and it really shows Mercedes is listening to its customers, or maybe just acknowledging reality. Despite all this hyper-digital stuff, all the screens, they actually added physical rocker switches back into the design.
Oh, really? For what?
For volume control and for the adaptive cruise control settings, they recognized apparently that customers really disliked the purely touch-based controls in some earlier MBUX versions for those core functions.
Oh, thank goodness. As someone who has definitely fumbled through 5 menus just trying to change the fan speed in other cars.
Right.
That single design choice, bringing back physical controls for key things, it speaks volumes about Mercedes actually learning from user pain points. It's an important balancing act.
It really is.
Okay, but none of this fancy AI or these screens matter if the driving performance doesn't match the tech promise. Yeah. Let's talk about that 800-volt backbone. What does it actually do for range and speed?
Right, the fundamentals. And the improvements here look dramatic based on the sources. The current EQB, it maxes out around, 250 miles of range, EPA, maybe a bit less in reality.
Yeah, something like that.
The sources are estimating the new GLB Electric 250 Plus, that's the single-motor, rear-wheel drive base model, will deliver up to 325 miles EPA estimated. That's courtesy of its new 85 kilowatt NMC battery pack. That is a massive leap in everyday usability.
325 miles, okay. That puts it right in the competitive mix. And speed. Is it finally getting some proper performance for this compact platform?
Absolutely. That seems to be a key benefit of MMA. The 350 4MATIC, that's the dual-motor all-wheel drive version, is expected to boast around 349 horsepower. That should enable a 0 to 62 mile-per-hour acceleration time close to 5 seconds.
Nice.
And crucially, its top speed will be limited to 130 mile-per-hour, which is significantly better than the outgoing EQB's rather restrictive 99 mile-per-hour top speed.
Yeah, that 99 mile-per-hour limit always felt a bit low.
It did. So this new platform is finally allowing it to drive like a proper luxury vehicle, not just look like one.
And that 800-volt architecture, it isn't just for acceleration, right? It's the gateway to that charging revolution we talked about.
Exactly. It allows for DC fast charging speeds up to 320 kilowatt-hours. Now, to put that in practical terms for you listening, you could potentially charge the battery from 10% up to 80% in as little as 22 minutes, assuming you find a charger that powerful.
22 minutes, that's incredible.
It is. It's roughly 3 times faster than what the old EQB could manage on its 400-volt system. So yeah, speed, range, charging, all massively improved. It really fulfills that core promise of an electric-first platform.
And thinking bigger picture, this heavy AI integration, it's far from just a gimmick, isn't it? It's clearly a critical business driver now, especially in the premium segment.
Oh, it's the new battleground, absolutely. We're seeing reports showing that these AI-driven interfaces in luxury EVs, they've increased user satisfaction by something like 25%.
25%, that's significant.
It is, and the industry is responding. Global investments in automotive AI reached a whopping $12 billion just in 2023. Plus, this is where the real long-term money could be made for manufacturers. The vehicle supports subscription-based AI services. Think along the lines of BMW's iDrive updates and features on demand. BMW reportedly generated $500 million in recurring revenue from those kinds of digital services in 2023 alone.
So this super screen, it isn't just selling a car, it's selling a platform for ongoing digital services and features.
Exactly. It's a recurring revenue stream built into the dashboard.
Yet, despite all the high-tech wizardry, Mercedes hasn't forgotten the core practicality that made the original GLB, successful in the first place.
Right.
It retains that optional 2 plus 3 plus 2 seating layout, that 7-seat capability, which makes it one of the very few practical 7-seat choices in the compact EV segment. That's still a crucial differentiator.
Definitely a key selling point for families. Now, we do need to touch on the challenges that come with this level of deep AI integration. It's not all seamless tech magic. When you're dealing with this much personalization, constantly monitoring driving habits, learning routines, data privacy concerns become absolutely critical, especially when you consider regulations like the EU's strict GDPR requirements. People want to know where their data is going.
Yeah, that's a huge concern. So how does Mercedes handle that? How do they put all that processing power and learning inside the car without constantly beaming all your personal driving data back to, the mothership?
Well, the technical solution they seem to be relying on involves implementing sophisticated federated learning techniques.
Federated learning. Okay, break that down.
It's actually a really neat concept for you, the listener, to understand. Essentially, the car learns your specific driving patterns and feature preferences right there on the device itself. It processes the data locally within the car's own systems. It doesn't need to send sensitive, personal driving logs back to Mercedes' central servers for the core learning process.
Ah, so the intelligence stays largely in the car.
For a lot of the personalization, yes. This significantly reduces the risks of data breaches because less sensitive data is transmitted, and it also minimizes latency, the delay down to under 100 milliseconds for things like the augmented reality navigation overlays, because the processing is happening right there.
Okay, so privacy and speed kind of go hand in hand with that approach. That makes sense.
Exactly. That local near-instantaneous processing is what helps make the technology feel both safe and seamless to the user.
Right, so looking ahead now, the launch is expected sometime mid-2026, with the full interior reveal coming up sooner, December 8th, 2025.
That's the timeline we're seeing. And a key piece of this future puzzle is the introduction of MB.OS, the full Mercedes-Benz operating system. This OS architecture means the vehicle is built to evolve over time. It allows for comprehensive over-the-air software updates.
So not just for maps or infotainment, right?
No, for basically everything, including potentially driving assistance functions, performance tweaks, new AI features, you name it. So you're essentially buying a machine that is designed to get smarter, more capable throughout its entire lifetime.
Okay, so if we pull back and look at all the sources, what's the final takeaway here? It feels like the GLB Electric is trying to successfully blend its signature family practicality, the 7-seat option, the useful boxy space, with this really unprecedented level of AI-driven luxury and personalization. It's positioned not just as another compact SUV, but as a genuine smart mobility hub.
I think that's a good summary. And if we connect this to the really big picture, maybe leave you with something to think about. Consider this. Forecasts are already predicting that AI in compact EVs could evolve towards level 4 autonomy, highly automated driving by maybe 2028. And you have systems like MB.OS enabling constant over-the-air updates. This GLB Electric, it's not a static purchase like cars used to be.
Right.
So the question becomes, what does it actually mean for your relationship with your vehicle when its intelligence, its features, its core capabilities are continuously evolving long after you've driven it off the lot? That dynamic, evolving relationship, that's the fundamental question. This whole AI revolution is forcing every car owner, present and future, to really consider.